Welcome back my YouTube channel. I am telling about for this coin the 2 pence, 2p, coin of 2008, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, represents one of the most notable updates in the modern history of British coinage. It was issued during a period of major design transformation in the United Kingdom's decimal currency system. The 2008 version is especially significant because it introduced a completely new reverse design, part of a unified series that reimagined the reverse faces of all UK coins in circulation. While earlier versions of the 2 pence coin retained the traditional heraldic device of the Prince of Wales feathers, the 2008 redesign replaced it with a new artistic concept, a section of the Royal Shield of Arms. This change reflected both a modernization of Britain's national symbols and a desire to unify the coinage visually. The coin thus represents not only a piece of currency, but also a fragment of the nation's evolving identity. To understand the story of the 2008 2 pence coin, one must explore its origins in decimalization, its design evolution, its connection to the monarchy, and its role in daily life in 21st century Britain. Origins. Decimalization and the 2 pence coin. The decimal currency system was introduced in the United Kingdom on February 15, 1971, a day known as Decimal Day. Before that, Britain used a system based on pounds, shillings, and pence, a complex arrangement where 12 old pence made a shilling and 20 shillings made a pound, meaning there were 240 old pence in a pound. When decimalization took place, the government replaced the old currency with a new, simpler structure where 100 new pence equaled 1 pound. New coins were introduced to replace the old denominations. Among these new coins was the 2 pence coin, 2p, equivalent to 2/100 of a pound. The original 2 pence coin was introduced in 1971. It was struck in bronze, with a diameter of 25.9 millimeters and a weight of 7.12 grams. The coin's reverse featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve. The words new pence appeared above and the denomination 2 below. This design was the work of Christopher Ironside, a distinguished British artist and designer who was responsible for many of the reverse designs used during decimalization. The obverse, as with all UK coins of the era, bore the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. His portrait, introduced in 1968, depicted the young queen wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The evolution of the 2 pence coin, 1971 to 2008, over the decades following 1971, the 2 pence coin underwent several changes, reflecting developments in design, composition, and minting technology. 1982, the wording change from new pence to 2 pence from 1971 until 1981. All 2 pence coins bore the words new pence on the reverse to indicate the new decimal currency system. However, by 1982, decimalization had become fully established, and the term new was no longer needed. Therefore, the wording was changed from new pence to 2 pence. This small change symbolized the maturity of the decimal system and reflected that the coinage was now firmly rooted in British society. Portrait changes of Queen Elizabeth II throughout her reign. Several portraits of Queen Elizabeth II appeared on British coins, marking different stages of her life and reign. Each new effigy was created by a different artist and reflected contemporary styles. Arnold Machin, 1968 to 1984. The first decimal portrait, showing a youthful queen with the tiara. Raphael Maclauff, 1985 to 1997. A more mature portrait, showing the queen wearing the royal diadem. Ian Rank Broadley, 1998 to 2015. A realistic portrayal, with greater detail and a larger portrait relative to the coin's surface. Jody Clark, 2015 present. Introduced later, showing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. The 2008 2 pence coin features the third portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, who sought to portray the Queen with dignity and realism rather than idealization. His initials, IRB, appear below the portrait on the coin's obverse. Material change: from bronze to copper-plated steel originally, 2 pence coins were struck in bronze, an alloy of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. However, in 1992, the cost of copper increased significantly. To reduce production costs, the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel, maintaining the same appearance but at a lower expense. These coins are slightly magnetic due to their steel core, a property that helps distinguish them from the earlier bronze versions. The 2008 redesign: a new era for British coinage. The need for a modern look. By the early 2000s, the designs introduced during decimalization were beginning to look dated. The Royal Mint decided to refresh the entire series to create a unified and modern design theme that would appeal to the public and reflect the national identity of 21st century Britain. A national competition was launched in 2005 to find new designs for all the denominations from the 1p to the £1 coin. Over 4,000 submissions were received, reflecting diverse artistic interpretations of British identity. Matthew Dent's winning design: the winning entry came from Matthew Dent, a young graphic designer from Wales. His innovative idea was to divide the royal shield of arms across the reverse designs of 6 coins, from the 1p to the 50p coin. When these coins were arranged together, they formed a complete image of the shield. The £1 coin, now replaced by a bimetallic version in 2017, bore the full shield in its entirety. The 2008 2 pence coin in this series depicts the upper right section of the Royal Shield of Arms, which contains part of the Lion Rampant of Scotland. This design element represented Scotland's contribution to the United Kingdom and symbolized strength, pride, and heritage. Dent's design was praised for its creativity, coherence, and modern appeal. It was officially introduced into circulation in April 2008. C. The obverse: Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley. The obverse of the 2008 2 pence coin continued to feature the Ian Rank Broadley effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, first introduced in 1998. This portrait showed the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a symbol of continuity and regal grace. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2008, which stands for Elizabeth II Dei Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Symbolism of the 2008 2 pence coin. The 2008 2 pence coin is rich in symbolism that reflects the United Kingdom's unity, heritage, and monarchical tradition. The Royal Shield of Arms. The design of the 2008 2 pence coin is derived from the Royal Coat of Arms of the United Kingdom. The shield is quartered. The first and fourth quarters represent England, showing 3 lions passant guardant. The second quarter represents Scotland, showing a single lion rampant. The third quarter represents Ireland, showing a harp.by featuring a portion of this shield. Each coin became a part of a greater whole, a symbolic representation of how the individual nations of the UK, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland come together to form a united country. The 2p coin specifically contains a section of the Lion Rampant of Scotland, symbolizing bravery, strength, and national pride. The Queen's effigy. The Queen's portrait not only honors her as the head of state but also symbolizes continuity and stability, values deeply associated with the British monarchy. Her image on the obverse side of every coin in circulation acts as a unifying emblem for the entire Commonwealth realm. Minting and product. Iona. The Royal Mint. All 2008 2 pence coins were produced by the Royal Mint, which, since 1968, has been located in Llantrisant, South Wales. The Royal Mint is one of the oldest institutions in the UK, tracing its history back over 1,100 years. The Mint ensures the quality, consistency, and security of British coinage. Each coin must meet exact standards in terms of diameter, weight, metal content, and design detail. Technical specifications. Denomination: 2 pence, 2p metal composition, copper-plated steel weight, 7.12 grams diameter, 25.9 mm thickness, 2.03 mm edge, plain, no milling, obverse design. Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank broadly reverse design. Section of the Royal Shield by Matthew Dentmint. The Royal Mint, Lantercent year of issue, 2008 c. Circulation and collector value. The 2008 2p coin was minted in large quantities for general circulation, meaning it is common in daily use. However, for collectors, it holds special appeal as part of the first year of the new design series. Uncirculated and proof versions were also struck for collectors and are included in annual mint sets. Public reaction and legacy. The 2008 redesign was met with widespread public interest. Many Britons found Matthew Dent's approach modern, artistic, and symbolic. Newspapers and media outlets praised the innovation of linking multiple coins into a single design, something unprecedented in British numismatic history. Some traditionalists, however, lamented the removal of the Prince of Wales feathers, seeing it as a loss of historical continuity. Yet, the overwhelming sentiment was positive, with the new coins quickly becoming part of daily life across the United Kingdom. Dent's designs won several awards and are now regarded as modern classics. The Royal Mint Museum holds examples of his original sketches and concept art, preserving the story of this creative transformation. The 2p coin in daily life. Although small in denomination, the 2p coin plays an important role in everyday transactions. It is used in giving exact change and remains a familiar presence in the public's pockets and purses. However, the increasing use of digital payments and the rising cost of metal have raised debates about the future of low-value coins like the 1p and 2p. In 2018, discussions surfaced about potentially discontinuing them, but after public consultation, the UK government announced that the 1p and 2p coins would remain in circulation. Thus, the 2008 2p coin continues to serve both a practical and symbolic function in British society, linking the nation's past traditions with its modern identity. Commemorative and collector versions. The Royal Mint often releases proof and uncirculated versions of its regular coins for collectors. The 2008 2p coin was included in the 2008 Royal Mint proof set, presented in high-quality finish and housed in display packaging. These collector versions highlight the craftsmanship and artistry of British coin design. They also ensure that future generations can appreciate the numismatic milestones that mark each period of history. Queen Elizabeth II's legacy on coinage. The 2008 coin also stands as a tribute to the enduring reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who served as monarch from 1952 to 2022. Her image on coins symbolized not only royal authority but also national unity across decades of change. Her portrait appeared on more coins than any other monarch in history, making her face one of the most widely recognized in the world. The 2008 2p coin, therefore, captures a moment within this long legacy, a time when the monarchy, design, and modern Britain intersected harmoniously. Historical importance and cultural reflection. Coins are more than monetary tools. They are miniature pieces of history that reflect the values and aesthetics of their time. The 2008 2p coin embodies artistic innovation through its shared shield design, national unity represented by the royal arms, monarchical tradition via the Queen's effigy, technological progress in minting and material use. Together, these elements make the coin an enduring symbol of modern British identity. The 2008 2p coin of the United Kingdom, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and a section of the royal shield on the reverse, is more than just a denomination worth 2p. It represents a turning point in British coinage, the beginning of a new visual language for the nation's money. From its origins in the 1971 decimalization to its 2008 redesign, the coin's evolution mirrors the transformation of the United Kingdom itself, a nation balancing tradition with innovation, monarchy with modernity, and history with progress. Minted under the reign of one of the world's most enduring monarchs, designed by talented artists, and circulated across millions of hands. The 2008 2-pence coin stands as a small but powerful emblem of Britain's cultural and historical journey. Originally, 2-pence coins were struck in bronze, an alloy of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. However, in 1992, the cost of copper increased significantly. To reduce production costs, the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel, maintaining the same appearance but at a lower expense. These coins are slightly magnetic due to their steel core, a property that helps distinguish them from the earlier bronze versions. The 2008 redesign, a new era for British coinage. The need for a modern look. By the early 2000s, the designs introduced during decimalization were beginning to look dated. The Royal Mint decided to refresh the entire series to create a unified and modern design theme that would appeal to the public and reflect the national identity of 21st century Britain. A national competition was launched in 2005 to find new designs for all the denominations from the 1p to the £1 coin. Over 4,000 submissions were received, reflecting diverse artistic interpretations of British identity. Matthew Dent's winning design. The winning entry came from Matthew Dent, a young graphic designer from Wales. His innovative idea was to divide the royal shield of arms across the reverse designs of 6 coins, from the 1p to the 50p coin. When these coins were arranged together, they formed a complete image of the shield. Goodbye and have a great day.